kickers or punters? Today's video, we are heading to Madden 25, where we are going to get the answer to the age-old question, who would win between a team of all kickers squaring off against a team of all punters? Let's go.
And Bonds hits one high. It's a dig! It is out of here! This is caught! Diggs! Sideline! Touchdown! Unbelievable! Bryant for the win! Bang! Watch out! He's got getting away from the top speed! By Michael Short!
So I've seen a lot of people do fun Madden videos over the years. They do interesting matchups to see who would win. And I've always wanted to do one of those videos, but I've just never really had an idea that felt original. And then it hit me. Kickers versus punters. If someone's done it before, I've never seen it. I thought it would be super fun to do. So I went ahead, fired up Madden 25, opened a new franchise, and I grabbed a matchup I thought would be pretty fun, Cowboys and Browns. And I grabbed every single punter and kicker in free agency. And we went team kicker with the Browns and team punter with the Cowboys. And of course I had to go through and release a bunch of punters and kickers off the other team's roster just to get enough players to make this work. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to run a slow sim, CPU versus CPU. I do have brand new CPU versus CPU sliders that I'm about to launch for Madden 25. So you get to see these in action as well. But yeah, man, we set this all up and we're going to go ahead and talk about the depth chart here. I just want to show you guys, I went through and I took every single kicker for the Browns, of course, and I just changed their position. And I did try to set this up with the kicker with the best attributes for playing quarterback. I put him at quarterback. Guys with the best speed went to wide receiver and defensive back, and so on and so on. And I did try to make this very balanced between the kickers and the punters. And as we switch over to the Cowboys team punter, you can see the defensive side of things as well. But both teams are fully stacked, offense and defense. I did as best as I could as well to make sure we didn't see any other players pop onto the field via depth chart management. And of course we turned off injuries just to make sure we didn't have something fluke happen that would allow a player that actually plays that position to pop into the game. So we got this all set up and ready to roll for you guys. So I want to say before we dive into this video, man, thank you for checking out this video. I really appreciate it. If you are new to the channel, thank you for checking it out. Subscribe to the channel, man. You're missing out on great content like this video and other Madden videos as well. And like I said, if you do like this gameplay that you're about to see broken down for you guys, this is going to be part of my new CPU versus CPU slider set that is coming here in the next couple of days. So you definitely want to sub up and turn the notification bell on so you do not miss when that video goes live. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the footage. Now I am going to go ahead and edit this down, keep this video short and sweet, and just kind of focus in on the highlights. So here we go. Anger is the quarterback for the Dallas Dallas punters. Don't want to mess that up. It's the Dallas punters. It's how we were calling them. And I do apologize for missing the first play. I thought I recorded it. Apparently I did not, but he's going to drop back and he's going to throw an interception on their second drive after Cleveland did nothing their first possession. And the reason I throw this in here is because catches were few and far between in this game. Apparently everyone has hands of stone. And so I thought, hey, a catch even made on the defensive side worth throwing in this highlight montage of this game. And so the kickers get the ball back and give their offense an opportunity to put some points on the board, down 7-0 early, and they're going to hand it off to Greg Joseph, who's going to cut back and hurdle a guy laying down on a nice carry for 7 yards. And down inside the red zone. The kicker's going to drop back, and he's going to find a guy wide open, but he drops it, as we talked about, hands of stone. And the kickers, they got no fear. They're going to go for it on 4th and 2 from the 6. And they are moving a man in motion. They're going to hand it off to the ball carrier, and he's going to get tackled just shy of the first down marker. That's Greg Joseph coming up short, and the Cowboys are going to have the ball back. Already up 7-0. Dallas is going to move a guy in motion. Quarterback Anger's going to drop back. He's going to find his guy on the crossing route. He's going to take off, and he is going down the sideline. Will someone catch him? No. Put on the Jets, and he is in the end zone. That's Jake Camarda with the long catch and run for the Dallas Punters, who are suddenly up 14-0 early in the first quarter. Cleveland, with their first play after getting the ball back, are going to hand it off on a jet sweep, and he is around the corner, and he is off to the races. He is gone. Can someone catch him? Someone's going to catch him. Is he going to make it? No. All the way down. That's Romo, all the way down to the 2-yard line before he gets stopped, setting up Cleveland with a 1st and goal. And the kickers trying to get back into this game down 14-0. They're going to hand it off, and he's diving in for the end zone. Greg Joseph with the effort on that play to make sure that he got into the end zone. And now we're back with the Dallas Punters. They're going to drop back. Anger, and he's going to find another drop that would have allowed the drive to continue. We're back over with the kickers, man. They have the ball 2nd and inches. They're going to play action. He's going to go deep and overshoots his man. And I do want to say, guys, I think the reason I put some of these plays in here, so you guys can see, man, even with quarterbacks being rated 12 overall because they're punters and kickers, they're throwing the ball deep with my new slider set. And I just want to call that out, let you guys check that out. You definitely want to check these out when they drop, man. So I put a couple of these in here just to show that the new sliders quarterback play is good, whether they're a kicker playing quarterback or a quarterback playing quarterback. So and the Cleveland kickers have the ball on a 3rd and 1 after that incompletion, and a catch, one of the few of the game, keeps the drive going, and we're off into the second quarter on a 2nd and 3. Passing it again, he's going to roll out, and he's going to take off and run. He's going to pick up the first down, slide, extend the drive. Blankenship looking good, but unfortunately it would lead to a punt. The Dallas Punters have the ball, and they're handing it off to McNamara, who already has 6 carries for 95 yards, out here looking like Gale Sayers reincarnate. And they're just going to give it to him again. And he's just bursting up the middle, and he is gone. No one's going to catch him. He's just zigging and zagging his way through that kicker's defense all the way into the end zone. Austin McNamara absolutely torching the defense on a beautiful run, back-to-back plays. What a carry, what a run for him. Off to a great start on the day. And the Dallas Punters are up early, 21-10. over the Cleveland kickers, and they have the ball back again after not much happened, and they're going to go deep, and he's going to get his man who was wide open. No defense to be found from the kickers. They don't want to hit anybody. We know that, but the punters, they don't mind. We've all seen Pat McAfee, and Lou Headley is the one who takes that in on a deep catch and run, and now suddenly the kickers find themselves down 28-10 in the first half, but Blankenship's going to find his man wide open out of the backfield, and that's going to get a touchdown for the kickers on a nice little catch and run from Matthew McCrane. And the kickers keeping it close at halftime, 28-17. And since we are halfway through this game, I just want to remind you guys to please like the video. It really helps me out, and I really appreciate it. And if you're enjoying this gameplay that I put together, this type of video, let me know in the comment section below. Also, let me know, who do you think is gonna pull out on top in this game? We know that things can sway, so we don't know what's gonna happen. So let me know who you think is gonna win, and we'll find out if it's true here very shortly. back to the action we go. After a couple of 3 and outs, we're going to pick it back up in the third, and the Dallas punters have the ball in the opponent's territory. They're going to hand it off to their running back, and he is going to have a nice carry. That is Sanchez picking up some nice yards, and it's going to lead to a field goal. And now we got the Cleveland Kickers back with the football, and Blankenship's going deep, and he's going to find a man wide open again. He's going to make a man miss, and he is off to the races. He's in. What a play for the Cleveland Kickers to get back into the game. That's Lucas Haversick, if I can pronounce that correctly, with the huge catch and run. It's a 1-score game. But the punters come back on a nice slant and run from that man again. That's Headley with a nice play. Lou Headley with the catch and run to answer right back. And the Dallas punters look unstoppable against the Kickers. They look bigger, faster, and stronger. Proven to be the better athletes, apparently. 38-24, we're in the third. Blankenship's going to find his man to extend the drive, and that's Greg Joseph making a nice, or that's Ryland, excuse me, making a nice catch and run. Continuing the drive for the Cleveland Kickers. They need points. 3rd and 1. They're going to hand it off, and he's going to find a lane. He is loose. That's Ryland again, all the way down. Or excuse me, that's Greg Joseph. That's Greg Joseph making nice plays all the way down to the 5-yard line. You know, they look the same. Their numbers are almost identical. I made a mistake. I'm sorry. They're going to hand it off this time. And that's Ryland who gets in and keeps the Kickers in the ball game. Chad Ryland with the nice play for the Cleveland Kickers. And that brings our score to 38-31. It's not over yet. And the punters have the ball. He's going to find a streaking Camarda coming across the field for a nice catch and run, pick up the first down. Drive continues for the Dallas punters. 2nd and 9 now. Drop back for Anger. He's going to look. He's going to find. There he goes. Headley again. They can't stop him. Catch and run for Lou Headley. What a play by the big man, number 98, Lou Headley, having himself a game. That's going to put the score up to 45-31. The Kickers trying to answer, and we're going to get a nice play from Ryland on the catch and run yet again for the Kickers, and they are going to get themselves into scoring position. Again, they need to score down 2 touchdowns, play action, and he goes for it, but he is underthrowing his wide receiver. That's going to lead to a field goal, 45-34 for the Kickers. Dallas has the ball again. They're going to hand it off, and that's McNamara. Is that McNamara out of the backfield going all the way for a touchdown? Is that who I see? Off on the run, Austin McNamara having himself a game with a huge play, and that is gonna ice it, you would think, for the Dallas punters. Yes, and the final score is going to be the Dallas punters 52, the Cleveland Kickers 34, in what was a very exciting, fun game to watch. And it was really anyone's game all the way to the last couple minutes of the fourth quarter. It was anyone's grabs. Anyone could take it, but I think this game just proves, man, punters are better athletes than kickers. And if you put a team of punters out there versus a team of kickers, we now know who would win. Madden proved it. We know Madden is realistic in simulations. So yeah, let's go ahead and check out the stats for all these players. When I said there's a lot of drops, man, there's a lot of drops. We can see that from the completion percentage from the two quarterbacks there, but we can look at Brian Anger with 16 of 41, quite the pass attempts, but for 333 yards on 16 completions at 39%. And of course, Blankenship was 17 of 46 for 267 at 39. Only one interception, though, combined. Rushing, Greg Joseph had a great game, 16 for 104. But Austin McNamara, 14 for 214. He averaged 15 yards a carry with a long of 42. The man was unstoppable. Like I said, Gale Sayers incarnate, 6'5" frame. And there was a lot of runs in this game, though. I will say I like that. We had Sanchez and Ryland, both the backup running backs, had 9 carries each. On top of Blankenship for Cleveland and Romo on that jet sweep. So we had quite a few runs despite the amount of passes. Of course, plays were inflated when you have a lot of 3 and outs, a lot of drop passes, clock doesn't run, etc., etc. Receiving wise, Lou Headley had himself a game 5 for 195, and Camarda had a really good game too, 4 for 107. Riley Dixon did all right as well. And over on the defensive side of things, how many tackles we had? We didn't have a lot of tackles, but we didn't have. And we had pretty good balance there. And sacks wise, we had 8 sacks total, which I think, all things considered, 8 sacks out of the quarterbacks that were, what we had on here playing, was pretty good. So, anyway, guys, that is it. We're going to wrap up the video here. You guys can see total yards, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this content and will come through my channel. And if you want me to do something like this again, let me know. Otherwise, y'all, stay to the next one. Peace.